You know why I challenged Sam to a ladder match? Not because I didn't have to pin him like everybody believes, but because everything is legal, and the ladder is by far the easiest way to hurt him. I want him to suffer the pain that I felt when I lost the WIW Championship to him. But now he wants to add tables and chairs too? Oh boy, you're making this too easy for me, Sam. I accept. I can't wait to become a 4-time champion, and when I take back the... Four times? This is beyond a joke. I can't be in the same ring as you in a fight for the title, but this is getting beyond a joke. I'm being told I can't be world champion because you can't do your job and defend this title one time. It's pathetic. I am the best superstar on this roster by far, and you're just an obstacle in my way from cementing my legacy of being the greatest champion of all time. Enjoy this TLC match while it lasts, because once you've lost it, I'm going to be next to take on King Sam for the title, and when I do, there won't... You're not better than me, and I've already proved that by beating you in this ring 1, 2, 3. You don't deserve to be champion, I do. But if you need reminding of that fact, then I'll be more than happy to refresh your memory by beating you in a match at Hellfire. But I thought that you should know that the GM just told me that for tonight only, you and Albright are allowed to fight again. But not one-on-one. It's going to be us three and King Sam in a fatal four-way match. But you want to know why I'm wearing this shirt still? As a reminder of how hard to hit you. It's payback time for you, Jayden. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darren Jacobs and welcome to another episode of Monday Night Mayhem here tonight. I hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. It has been so heated as of late here in WIW, especially for this man Brad Skeens, which we will touch upon in a minute. Of course, we are just one Mayhem and one fight night away from the Hellfire pay-per-view, which of course will be a Monday Night Mayhem exclusive pay-per-view, and this man has got one hell of a task at it. He's going to be a part of a 6-man elimination match. He has got to pin or submit everyone. He doesn't have to do it, but he has to pin, and the pins and submission have to happen. It's a last man standing. It's not over the top rope. So Skeens has got to survive 5 other men. He met 2 of them last week in Steve Miller and Dixon. Tonight he finds out 2 more, which brings his total to 4, which means there will be 1 more entry, which the general manager has left for a surprise until the night. Well, Brad Skeens, to be honest, has been treated pretty unfairly here by the GM. He should have been rewarded for the Big Willie match. Instead, he has been put in this match, and we will find out soon enough what his reward is. The general manager has made it clear that he has a big prize in store for him if he's to walk out the winner here tonight. But look at this. Look who else is getting an opportunity that we didn't see coming. Damus, the Greek god, coming down to the ring, spraying his own personal bottle of Damus, the new fragrance by Damus, of course. And quite a surprise here, but to be fair, at the same time, it's not a very fantastic... He had a great singles run. He's a brilliant in-ring competitor and, of course, one half of the team of the League of Gods. But stepping in the ring tonight, I guess, is a substitute for the fact that they ain't getting a title shot after beating the tag team champions. Of course, we know that the Lionbacks will be taking on Justice for the Mayhem Tag Team Championships at Hellfire, and now Damus has got himself his second opportunity here tonight at the European Championship. Of course, he was a part of the Resurrection 8-man Battle Royal that crowned Jace as the new champion, and now instead of an 8-pack challenge, it's going to be a 6-pack challenge at Hellfire. So for Damus, this is going to be his big opportunity. Could you imagine the European title in the hands of the League of Gods? Or could you imagine it in the hands of this man? A man who lost at the pay-per-view, or didn't even get to the pay-per-view because he lost as part of Team Jayden. He lost as part of Team SDC, sorry. But the general manager has given him another title opportunity here tonight, and it's Jax Wolf, who has also been announced. That completes 5 of the 6 entries into the 6-man elimination match. It's going to be Jax Wolf, Damus, Steve Miller, Dixon, and of course the European champion of the current moment, Brad Skeens. So it's still one more person to announce for the Hellfire pay-per-view. What a match that is going to be. That is going to be one for the ages, and the general manager has made it clear if Brad Skeens survives, he has a big reward waiting for him. Well, we'll find out what that reward is in time, but tonight he's got to survive a second triple threat match. Last week, of course, losing his triple threat match to Miller and Dixon. It was Miller pinning Dixon to pick up the win in that one. And Brad Skeens has made it very clear that he isn't fazed at all by having to do these triple threats and the 6-man eliminations. He came out and said, and I quote, that he would take on the whole roster in a gauntlet match. Was it a gauntlet match? Or a slobber knocker? I think it was a gauntlet match. He'll take on the whole roster is the point, if it meant defending his title, and he's very confident. It took him 3 tries to capture the European Championship, so there's no reason at all why he'd complain about other people getting their chances. And of course, he beat Mason Foster, the man who beat Jace for the European Championship. He took that title away from him just a couple of nights before. Now Damus, look at this. Taunting Skeens, and Skeens just staring at him like, what are you doing? And now he's going to make him pay for it, and Damus gets caught taunting. Biggest problem with Damus in his solo career, always the victim of getting caught taunting and showboating. But he's a fantastic fighter, and of course, if that greetings from Greece is to be locked in, then he is in some serious trouble there. For the, not locked in, but, you know what I mean, if it was to connect, in serious trouble. Speaking of serious trouble, Damus is in a bit one here, there it is! A nice little knee there to the jaw, and following it through with a punt kick there. Beautiful combination by Jax Wolf. And Wolf, as of late, has changed his mentality. He spent the first half of this year more concerned with beating people down, with punishing them, and trying to break their backs. But now all of a sudden he's seen he has the potential to be a champion. He knows he's capable of it. And so now he's actually trying to pick up these wins, just trying to do what's necessary. But of course he still has the element of unleashing that wolf rage that we know he has. A very lethal fighter, and has had a lot more success since switching back to the pop-up cutter, Mr. Jax Wolf. And look at that, there's a big strike there, trying to duck under the clothesline, but gets met with another one. And look at Skeens there with a leg drop as well. Skeens coming out of the gate strong here. Now looking to fly over the top there with an X-snap. Just working down on Jax Wolf while he's down in the apron, but Jax Wolf finds a way up. Damus tried to capitalize, but Wolf says no. On a big strike again. Loves that jab, Jax Wolf. He's not someone you want to stand up and strike with, but Damus. What's he got here? He's got him on the ropes. What's he thinking? Oh, look at that. Just going to take him to the outside. And that leaves him alone with the European champion. Damus, of course, as I mentioned before, part of the European Championship match at Resurrection. all the way back when Jace began his title reign. Resurrection feels like a lifetime ago now for Damas. Hasn't had much singles time as of late, been working with Black Jesus, of course, as part of the League of Gods, where they've been a pretty successful tag team, just haven't been able to capture that tag team title opportunity as of yet. But you can tell if they carry on the momentum they've had lately, that it will definitely be there in the future. But of course, they've also been promoting Damas, the new fragrance by Damas. Oh, but look at this! Speaking of Damas, Damas is in trouble here. Vintage Jax Wolf with the pop-up cutter. Damas is down. And this could be it. Has Brad Skeens lost the match for a second week in a row without being pinned? No, he hasn't. He breaks it up. Skeens able to leap across and break up the count. But I think Damas was out of it. Oh, but look at this now. Skeens sees Wolf trying to leave the ring, and he doesn't let him do that, and he just crashes him in the fire carry position into the top corner. And now Skeens left alone with Damas in the ring. He knows he's down. He had to save him before. Damas, is he still out? No, he is fighting back. He's alive at least. But Skeens, a lethal fighter, and we know he has the potential to just land that vicious spear at any time. But the last couple of weeks, it's been a case of he hasn't really been giving it the run-up, hasn't really been putting the force. He's been trying to just catch people off guard with the spears, and it hasn't really had the impact that he's been hoping for. If he gives it a little bit of a run-up, it's all right catching people off guard, but if you don't give it the run-up, then you're going to pay. And once again gets caught dancing on Jax Wolf, and Jax Wolf makes him pay with a bangerang. And now Damas left alone in the ring with Jax Wolf. Can Damas get back into this match now? Fireman's carry. Oh, look at this, a lovely little aeroplane spin. Damas putting on a show for the crowd as he tries to fight his way back into the match. Now taunting to the crowd as well. The crowd loving it. Really getting behind Damas right now, who's trying to fire his way back into this match. Two big clotheslines. Ducks under one of Jax Wolf's and into a spine buster where he dances on him, and a frost as well for good measure. And now Skeens back into the ring, and he's going to just let these two work it out. But oh, look at that. Now gets himself involved, and now look at this. Skeens and Damas working on Jax Wolf there. Double Russian leg sweep. Oh, the spear! Did the spear! Instant betrayal on Damas into the cover, and Skeens got it. There it is! And he had a bit more of a run up this time, but Skeens with another surprise spear to silence the haters picked up the win. Well, last week he lost, but he wasn't a part of the decision. This week, he refuses to let it happen, works with Damas on the Russian leg sweep. Right when we thought these two might be working together for a minute, there is the spear. Damas didn't even see it coming. And Brad Skeens knocks down 2 of the 5 people he will be facing for the European Championship. Well, he's made it clear he will defend that title no matter what the odds are against him. But this American machine that is Brad Skeens refuses to back down for anyone. But the question is, can the European champion do it again at Hellfire? He's beaten Mason Foster for it, and he's beaten him twice, but now this is the toughest task of his title reign. Can he step up to the task? We'll have to find out, but it is time to move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight, some Cruiserweight action. And Oliver Regem, the Cruiserweight champion, will be taking on the man who ambushed him last week to help James Rowley pick up the win. He will be going one-on-one with Travis Cotterrell. Well, Oliver Regem, of course, not very happy about what went down, but he has sent actually quite an interesting proposal considering after what went down. He said to Travis, since you're under the weight limit and stuff, if you can beat me one-on-one, I will give you a Cruiserweight Championship opportunity. And Regem showing straight out the gate what type of champion he wants to be. He doesn't want to be one who's going to cower behind people. He doesn't want to, you know, he doesn't want people to beat him down, and he doesn't want a European Championship repeat for Mason Foster. Because, of course, in his title run, everyone came out and said he wasn't worthy of being a champion. He didn't deserve it. He wants to come out here and prove straight away that he is not going to take any crap from no one. And that is why he has decided to let Travis come out here and try his luck for a Cruiserweight Championship opportunity. Of course, Abby is at ringside because it wouldn't be a Travis Cotterrell fight without at least one person at ringside. Of course, Travis didn't have the greatest of starts here on Mayhem, losing to Robert Hall, but he's made his intentions very clear. He's ready for some more gold former television champion, and now hunting the Cruiserweight Championship. And this could be a good place for Travis to rebuild his career, recuperate. Of course, one of the richest men in the business, which is why he brings out the gold tonight. That lovely little gold belt, the gold tape as well, I believe that is, and the gold lining on the boots. But it's a new look for Travis, for a new style of fighter. And here he is, finally, with the Cruiserweight Championship around his waist, sending a warning to all potential comers. It is Oliver Regem, the WIW's first Cruiserweight champion outside of the trial era, and I've got to say that title is looking great around his waist. Oliver Regem has been trying for so long to capture some gold, and he's finally managed to do that, and he is the Cruiserweight champion. But tonight, he sends out a warning to all people. You want to step in the ring with me? You want to take my Cruiserweight championship from me? You're going to have to pry it from my dead body. And so tonight, he sends that warning. Remember, if Travis wins this match, Oliver Regem will grant him a Cruiserweight championship match at Hellfire. And Regem's going to be busy as of late, because he might have to defend on Fight Night as well if a challenger steps up to the plate. So he's going to have a lot to do as Cruiserweight champion, but he's going to try and live up to the task. But look at this, Travis straight out the gate. He's angry. He's been suffering a couple of big defeats as of late, to the point where he's even made the switch to Mayhem. But even here, he's still losing to Robert Hull, who picked up his first victory a few weeks ago against Travis. And Abby, his wife, at ringside. Of course, known each other for 2 days before their wedding. They've been together for a little while now, and they still seem happy. Abby has come out on several occasions and said she is in love with him because, you know, I guess she buys a lot. He buys a lot of shit for her, I guess. So we will. They've got a healthy relationship indeed. Anyway, Oliver Regem, the Cruiserweight champion, welcoming all comers and sending a warning here to Trav. If you didn't see what happened last week, Oliver Regem took on one of the hot contenders for the Cruiserweight Championship in James Rowley, and Travis came out and assisted him with a gut-wrench powerbomb following the distraction of his theme music playing on the ramp. Well, Travis, right now, under pressure. Look at the strikes of Oliver Regem, and Abby having to step in and make the save. And right as Travis is getting back to his feet as well, look at the strength there from Trav, and you would struggle to believe he's a Cruiserweight with that strength, but you can see from his body type, he's a lot taller than wider, if that makes a lot of sense. A lot of people questioning his Cruiserweight eligibility, but can confirm he is under the weight limit. And Oliver Regem, we know him very well by now. We know he's an amazing striker, probably one of the best in the company. You do not want to stand and trade fists with this man. He's a fantastic striker, and of course, specializing in that kind of kickboxing style. And if he was to land the Regem combo on you, that vicious series of punches and kicks, then it's going to be lights out for anyone he steps in the ring with. Well, Travis, of course, a former television champion. Yes, he did win it by unconventional means, but he did manage to pick up the win. We've seen in the past him be a part of some big matches. Of course, he's a kind of unwritten rivalry with PJ McNair. That was always a fantastic battle when those two stepped into the ring. He's also had some great matches against the Wolfpack in the past, but even when he was with them, well, look at Abby. She's brought a chair into the ring, and that might have been a mistake! Oliver Regem crushing him on the chair, and look at this, Abby trying to plead that that should be a disqualification. He blatantly just used the chair, but now Travis is going to get him back with a suplex. And Abby, clearly with the same mentality as Travis. Now Travis looking to put his Cruiserweight abilities to the test, but Regem sidesteps. And these aren't conventional Cruiserweight fighters. And look at this, now the referee catching the attention here of her. And now look at this, Regem not afraid to use the chair to his advantage. And now just going to take it to the outside, sending a message to Abby and to Travis, who the chair was used against. And there's a discus clothesline. And Oliver Regem taking no prisoners here tonight. Went for the Regem combo, but Travis counters. Travis counters and now can capitalize. Travis looking for the axe kick, connects to the back of the head. And Travis shakes off the chair shot and the discus clothesline and connects. And now Regem is in serious trouble. Look at Abby, she's hyped on the outside. Connected with this last week, gut wrench, power bomb. Near the ropes though. He moves him away wisely. And now into the cover. Has Travis got himself a Cruiserweight Championship opportunity? No, he hasn't. Regem kicks it 2.5. And the Cruiserweight Champion refusing to give in. He's had control for the majority of this match, but now Travis starting to get into it. Despite the chair shot used against him, so far all of Abby's plans haven't quite worked, but Travis is still in the matchup. And Travis, as we know, likes to have company at ringside. Will do whatever is necessary to pick up the win. And another example of that is here. Hooked on the ropes. The referee saw that, forcing him to break it up there. The referee refusing to count. He sees that. And Regem is allowed to take advantage. And now in the next snap, Regem is not someone that you want to mess around with. And he's proven that here tonight. Some big strikes. And of course, using the chair that came in to assist Travis at the hands of Abby, and again hasn't quite worked out in Travis's favor, and not a lot has as of late. Travis been trying to just rebuild himself and trying to take down the Wolfpack. It's been his life goal. He needs to find a new purpose, and that's exactly what he's come to Mayhem to do. And now look at this, head scissors, and now just gonna wear him down with some elbows. And into the cover again goes Oliver Regem, the Cruiserweight Champion, to pick up the victory. It's a 2 count. And Travis proving to be much more of a tougher contest than he anticipated. Of course, calling out Travis, thinking he was a coward for what he did last week, but wasn't expecting this much of a fight back. There's the discus elbow this time. And now playing to the crowd, mocking Travis there with the old Wolfpack symbol. And now gets him up on the shoulders. What's Regem thinking here? Oh, and a massive slam again in the middle of the ring. And now Travis is in trouble. Oliver Regem looking for the Regem combo. Look at that beautiful connection. And the Regem combo connects. Straight into the cover. Can he get it done? No, he can't. It's a 2.5 count. And boy, oh boy, can Travis take some hits. Well, that's definitely something that Travis is known for. He can take a punch. And he's had to take a fair few big ones in his time. But tonight, being brought in by the Cruiserweight Champion. Look at that. Fall away moonsault slam. And now Travis to the top rope. Looking to fly again. Shooting star press. Beautiful connection on the shooting star. And into the cover. Is that going to be enough to put away the Cruiserweight Champion? Yes, it is. Travis wins. He's got a Cruiserweight Championship opportunity. What a victory that was. And although Regem will complain, you know he will, about the distractions from Abby, the underhanded tactics, but to be honest, he should know full well what he was getting into the ring with. And Travis silences the people who question his cruiserweight abilities. Here tonight, wrapping it up with a beautiful shooting star press. And Travis tells the referee to get out because he celebrates. His wife is loving it. Well, there we have it, another match confirmed for Hellfire. Travis Cotterrell has himself a Cruiserweight Championship opportunity. Can he capture his second WIW title? Or will Oliver Regem find a way to bounce back at Hellfire? Well, we'll have to find out for them, as the first Cruiserweight Championship match has now been confirmed. So let's move on down the rest of the card. Next up, some more action from the tag team division, but it is a one-on-one contest. You know how we love to do this, get these tag team partners prepared for each other for when they face off at Hellfire. Of course, as we now know, the Mayhem Tag Team Championships will be defended against Lachlan and A.D Nathaniel, otherwise known as Justice. And tonight, Patrick Green is coming out here to scout the competition. Everyone is back from ringside as of right now. The general manager has made it clear no one is to come to ringside, excuse me there. So Patrick Green makes his way down to the ring, and he'll be taking on one half of Justice, the Mayhem Tag Team Champion, a raw prospect of a team that they are about to come up against. They've never stepped in the same ring before, which is why the GM wants to see how they do tonight. He's gonna be facing one half of the winners of the Mayhem Tag Team Tournaments in A.D Nathaniel. Justice have been in incredible form since teaming together. They have mutual goals, mutual ways of doing things, and that has resulted to them being a lethal team. And of course, that lethal finishing move that they have together, the Executioner, Will that be enough to put down the Mayhem Tag Team Giants in the two-time Mayhem Tag Team Champions of Kazarian Xander and Patrick Green? Well, of course, on Fight Night, we see a change in title once again, and I'm sure the general manager will address that on Fight Night. But for tonight, A.D Nathaniel rocking his new arm sleeve, which actually looks really nice with his setup. We can face Patrick Green, and it's just these two tonight. No one else allowed at ringside. No Kazarian Xander, no Lachlan, and definitely no Coach Wilson. A lot of complaints about Coach Wilson as of late and the way he conducts his business. But you can't argue with his results. He's an effective man. He gets the results done. And of course, now the manager of the most successful team on Mayhem. And Green and Xander have been on quite the losing streak as of late. Lost 2 or 3 solid solid matches in a row. And of course, at Mind Games, they picked up the loss to the Fight Night Tag Team Champions in the Wolfpack, as it were at the time. Of course, the Wolfpack would go on to lose that same night to Jason and Tyler Chaos, but they did manage to pick them back up this week just without Steven. And of course, if you haven't seen that episode of Fight Night, go and watch it. That was a very strange main event, but it was a fantastic one, and we crowned new tag team champions again. But tonight, of course, Green and Xander looking to keep this impressive second stint as champions going. Of course, their first stint as champion only lasted the month, as they failed to defend against up, down, down. But since then, up, down, been severely injured. And of course, only just recently coming back to action. Count of 7 here, and going to bring it back onto the inside. Well, Green hesitated for a second there, thought about maybe just leaving after the beatdown that he's given here to A.D Nathaniel. Just trying to get some early shots in here before the pay-per-view. Because Lachlan and A.D Nathaniel, they're a very strong team, but they're also a very smart team. They will do whatever is necessary to pick up the tag team gold. They both went solo and they had some decent careers, but it just didn't lead anywhere for them. And now, at Hellfire, their first championship opportunity presents itself. But the question is, can they step up to the plate? Well, Patrick Green only scoring the 1 count there. Patrick Green, probably the better of the 2 of the linebacks. Kazarian Xander, a very strong physical fighter, but Green has that element of surprise, some moves that you wouldn't see him doing. Just like that, out of nowhere, running, jumping DDT from A.D Nathaniel, who's trying to turn the tide here after Patrick Green's took the control after sending it to the outside. But, oh, look at this! That massive shoulder into the turnbuckle post. Had to think about what that was called then, but I got there in the end. And now look at this, looking for a spine buster in the middle of the ring. And A.D Nathaniel stomping away on one half of the Mayhem Tag Team Champions. And now with a big shoulder tackle of his own. Playing to the crowd here. He's sensing he has the control slightly, but he can't afford to let it slip as he almost did there. Green now as A.D Nathaniel in the corner. There's a big splash. Not really a run-up though, but he just splashes all his weight onto the corner and follows through with a stun gun. And he stumbles into the ring to get a big boot and a leg drop to follow. A beautiful sequence there by Patrick Green. And of course, they've still been the most dominant team on Mayhem, but they have let it slip as of late and sending a warning to people here tonight, or at least they're trying to. But big counter there by A.D Nathaniel, avoiding the running haymaker attempt, managing to get out of the Mayhem, out of the Kazarian Xander and Patrick Green corner. I don't know why I said Kazarian Xander, of course, not in attendance tonight, but look at this. A.D Nathaniel ready to wrap this one up, or maybe should I say roll this one up. A.D Nathaniel setting him up. Roll in peace. And straight into the cover, but it's a rope break. Poor ring positioning there by Nathaniel. But ready to just continue to mount the offense. Remember, this is just before these two will face off for the very first time in tag team action for the Mayhem Tag Team Championship. So they're going to try their best to get the job done. And now Patrick Green just going to try and break the hole if he can. And he's managed to do it. Well, Lachlan and A.D Nathaniel, we're not quite sure how these two got together, but what we do know that they are a force of a tag team, and they have been quite dominant since forming together. But again, they're smart fighters. They'll do whatever it takes to get the win. Of course, they beat down the Cotterrells before their match to win the first round. They're in the semi-finals. They won in a 2-on-1 handicap match after taking out Def Lordicus. Oh, but look at this, Patrick Green. Oh, there's a running haymaker from Patrick Green. He doesn't care how they got here. He doesn't intend on losing his title. And now look at this, lifting him up. Wow, massive strength there by Patrick Green. Right in the middle of the ring there with a stalling suplex. Is that going to be enough to beat Nathaniel? No, it's not. Count of 2. But this could be it if he connects here. Looking for a spear. Connects right in the middle of the ring. Drags him away for safety. But Patrick Green has A.D Nathaniel where he wants him and can't do it. 2.5 count. A.D Nathaniel refusing to give in. And Green can't believe his eyes. He thought he had that there, and now he's going big. You don't usually see this man up here. Patrick Green looking to fly. Oh, and he misses the double knees. And now A.D Nathaniel can capitalize on this opportunity. Very well fought technical fighter. But can he get the job done? We know he prefers that brawling style. He likes to use weapons. He likes to brawl on the outside. And Patrick Green showing a bit of brawling style himself there from the Lufes press. Oh, and look at that. There's a shot to the jaw. And now A.D Nathaniel spins him around. Looking for a suplex. Maybe and connects. Thought maybe he was going to set up for the rolling piece, but instead just wanted to get into a better position for it. Patrick Green's in trouble here for a second time. Oh, well, look at this. Went for the rolling piece, but Patrick Green says no. And now Green trying to mount some offense of his own, but refusing to let any momentum occur here. A.D Nathaniel trying to fight him off, but Green proving to be a bit more of a challenge than that. There's the big splash in the corner. Oh, and followed through with another one. Green, look at this. He is really fired up tonight. Went for a third splash, and A.D Nathaniel manages to sidestep and just beats him down with a Lufes press. And now look at this. A little run up here and went for the knee. Elbow, just couldn't connect with it. And what a contest this has been. And this is only half of the two teams. Imagine when the other two get themselves involved next week for the titles, and a 2 count there from A.D Nathaniel. And A.D Nathaniel, you can sense the frustration building. He couldn't connect with the second rolling piece. And now on the back burner as Patrick Green is really starting to get some momentum here. There's the leg drop. And now A.D Nathaniel being brought back to his feet. And Green might be setting up for something big, but instead Nathaniel says no, and now going to mount some offense. There's another jumping DDT. A.D Nathaniel just scouting him, seeing what he's going to do, plotting. But he took too long about it, and he's made to pay there, and there's the clothesline for Patrick Green. Two teams with both similar goals. They will both do whatever it takes to capture the tag team championships. And once again, Green's willing to put it all on the line here again. Patrick Green setting him up here for something big. Outside superplex. The crowd goes nuts. That's becoming a tag team speciality. Everybody does that if they're a part of the tag team division. But it has some big impact. Look at this. Green signaling it's over. But Nathaniel tried to catch him off guard there and tried to spring back to his feet, but it just might have wasted his energy as a big scoop-up slam occurs. And now A.D Nathaniel having his head squeezed. He's clearly hurt. He's not in a good way after that massive superplex to the outside. A count of 4. And I think he's just going to get tossed back into the ring. No, just wants to beat him down a bit more. Count of 6. The referee clearly doesn't know how to use his thumb correctly. Because I'm only seeing, never mind, it's a count of 7. And into the ring he goes again. And Green in thorough control. And you're sensing that this is almost over. One more big move could do it. And Green looking for that big move right now. Patrick Green with a running power slam. Connects big time on it. And that could be it for A.D Nathaniel. He kicks out at 2 again. And look at Green's face. The anger in that look says it all. He thought he had that one wrapped up. He thought he had the victory right there. But he just couldn't do it. And now Green picking him up. Trying to set him up in the right position. Just to beat him back down again. But now to the corner. This could be it for Green if he connects. Surely this could be it for Nathaniel if he can't get out of the way. And he doesn't. Oh, massive spear. Oh, but look at Green. Green, he can't believe it. A.D Nathaniel just got up. A.D Nathaniel just got up from what I think is his second spear of the match. Well, that doesn't usually happen. When those spears connect, it's usually lights out. But now, all of a sudden, Nathaniel says no. And now a spine buster. Refusing to give in here in this fantastic tag team encounter. And now look at this, a cheap shot to the back. A.D Nathaniel. Look at this, ready to put him away. Can he do it? Sets him up better this time. Roll in peas. And he's away from the ropes this time. Into the cover. Has he done enough to put away Patrick Green? No, he hasn't. Oh my God, that was close. And look at the eyes of A.D Nathaniel. He cannot believe it. Now just trying to figure out what to do here. Trying to recuperate. The rolling peas didn't work there. And that's the second one he's connected with. And the second spear didn't work either. Like, well, if this is what we've got to expect for when these two teams face off at Hellfire, we're going to have one hell of a contest. Green just try to catch him off guard there, only gets a 2 count. And you're sensing that this is close to an end, but clearly neither of these two willing to give in. And they're showing us that this is going to be one hell of a contest at Hellfire. Of course, Justice were both members of the Monday Night Mayhem team that took on Team Fight Night and unfortunately came up with the loss, but A.D Nathaniel came looking great out of that match. And no wonder the GM is so happy with the new team he decided to put together, although he does question their tactics at times. And now look at this. Oh, try to set him up for a pile driver there, but instead, Patrick Green says no. Nobody giving an edge for a second. They're sending warnings to one another. But look at this. Oh, set up with a big takedown there. Almost in the blitz formation as he ran up to it. And now Green sends him to the corner. He has eyes to wrap this one up. And A.D Nathaniel might not have any eyes that are black after this. With a big shot to the jaw. I just realized how racist that sounded. But it doesn't matter because I didn't mean to be. A.D Nathaniel being dragged in the middle of the ring. Patrick Green into the cover. Surely that's done it. The big knockout haymaker giving him 2 black eyes. Or 1 black eye depending because he's had 2 of them already. And then following through with a massive spear, and Green picks up a big win. Hard fought match. And oh, hold on a minute. Xander's here at ringside. What's Xander got to say? Oh, Xander sending a message to Lachlan and A.D Nathaniel as he just chucks him to the outside. Well, the tag team champions, they are ready for this matchup and they send a warning here tonight. But the question is, can Lachlan and A.D Nathaniel pick up the win when it matters? Can they capture? Can they become the second team in Mayhem history to become tag team champions? Well, if the Linebacks have anything to say about it, they won't. But we will find out at Hellfire. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight, before tonight's big main event that we've heard about earlier, we have some women's action. Tonight's main event, a big fatal 4-way featuring 2 separate matchups. We've done that type of style before, and they always lead to very good matches, so we'll find out later on tonight who walks out the winner of that one. But this is an important match as well, because this woman making her way down to the ring has to send a message, and she's been sending it for weeks on end. We've seen Leia Rose come out and make her statement to Sandra Piper. She has not liked her from the second that she has laid her eyes on her. And of course, we've seen these two come to blows many times, but never one-on-one. And the general manager is granting her that opportunity. They finally will step into the ring one-on-one. Leia Rose will take on Sandra Piper at Hellfire in an Extreme Rules match for the Women's Championship. And Leia Rose, well, Sandra Piper we know is a master of mind games, but Leia Rose not quite shy of that herself. A very unique fight, a very scary looking fighter, of course. Came in to the first Women's Battle Royal as an anonymous fighter. She wouldn't even announce her name. It had to be found. And tonight she gets a warm-up against an opponent who's beaten her before, but it was with the aid of Sandra Piper, of course. It is Elliot Rodgers, who we know is fully capable of walking out a women's champion as well. But Sandra Piper, as she proved at Mind Games, is just too dominant. She's becoming more of a monster with every single win. She's almost untouchable. But Leah Rose saying that she doesn't believe in the goddess that she has become. She doesn't believe in the monster that's been created. She thinks that the only monster around here is her, but Elliot Rodgers, as well as proving that she can be a monster at times in the ring. She's a very lethal fighter, quite a lunatic herself, not afraid to unhinge if needs be. Well, for Leah Rose, it'd be her first opportunity since the Battle Royal for the Mayhem Women's Championship, as it would for her. And these two shaking hands. We've seen these two compete before. They've had some great matches, and the mutual respect being shown. And of course, Leah Rose, we've seen her attack people from behind, but usually her usual target is Sandra Piper, because she wants to be the top of the division. She wants to be the top dog. She wants to send a warning. And tonight she needs to do that here if she can. But like I say, last time these two fought, it was Elliot Rodgers that came out the winner. So Leah Rose needs to prove that she's worthy of that title opportunity, because the women in the back, they're going to question it. Of course, Lulu Torres recently coming off the back of a loss to Sandra Piper. And Sandra Piper hasn't had many chances to prove she's a dominant women's champion, but when she does, boy, does she show it. She's a fantastic competitor, one of the tallest women in the division, but also one of the strongest when we're looking lifting abilities. But of course, this ain't a weightlifting competition, it's a wrestling competition, and it's a matter of seeing who can step in the ring and get the job done. And Elliot Rodgers trying to get the job done here tonight, and maybe she'll be in with a shout of a women's championship opportunity afterwards. And the general manager's been making some questionable decisions lately, kind of awarding people for taking the initiative to beat people down, and that isn't exactly the vision that I thought that he had in mind. But clearly, in a growing women's division, it's about standing out. And look at this, Leah Rose. What a psychopath. An absolute mad woman. And why is it all the top women in our divisions are absolute psychos? Of course, Laura Stables recently coming out and announcing she has a multiple personality disorder, or split personality disorder, whichever you prefer. And Leah Rose has only one personality, and that's a vicious fighter who doesn't care for the lives of anyone. But then again, clearly, her and Elliot Rodgers have earned the respect of each other. Of course, several big encounters between the two. And of course, two of the very best here on the brand, eager to get themselves shots at the Mayhem Women's Champion, Sandra Piper. They all want that opportunity. They want to be the first person to take her down. And look at this. Leah Rose, look at that. Beautiful swinging neck breaker, hanging her off the ropes there. The referee's count is rising, but it looks like Leah Rose isn't taking any notice of it. Just gonna once again, oh, and this time she crashes into the steel steps as she twists. That's gonna be painful, and the referee can't do anything about it because the count just resets every time they get tossed into the ring. And now look at this, Sandra Piper again. Not Sandra Piper, oh! Another crashing to the side there by Leah Rose is what I meant to say. And now Elliot Rodgers says enough is enough. Tosses her back into the ring. And now Elliot Rodgers trying to mount some offense if she can. Leah Rose with the control. But Elliot Rodgers, as we know, has the ability to wrap this one up quick if she wants to. Very lethal fighter. Quite agile, has to be said. A true power fighter. Oh, look at that. And she was trying to show that power there with the big fist. Couldn't connect and now gets caught with the fisherman suplex. Into the cover from Leah Rose. Only gets a 1 count. But Leah Rose isn't done there. She sends the warning one more time to Sandra Piper. There it is. Massive knee to the jaw. And Elliot Rodgers is in trouble. Can she kick out? No, she can't. Leah Rose sends a warning to Sandra Piper at Hellfire. Well, what a contest between these two women. They never fail to put on a show when these two step into the ring. But it was that fisherman suplex, and then followed by that massive knee right to the jaw. Count to 100 at that point. Leah Rose kicks. And this crazy woman will collide with the monster of the women's division. It's going to be one hell of a contest between these two. But Leia Rose, who has been so dominant in taking on Sandra Piper, not many people can stand toe-to-toe with the woman. But the question is, has she done enough? Has she earned the right? And has she got what it takes to beat Sandra Piper when the title is on the line? We'll have to find out, but it is time for tonight's main event, so don't you go anywhere. Well, tonight we've got one hell of a main event, a Fatal 4-Way no DQ match, of course, in the traditional Fatal 4-Way rules, and we're going to get to see 4 people who will all be competing at Hellfire, but for different matches. But this matchup we found out earlier through, I believe it was SDC that announced it, announcing that this Fatal 4-Way will take place. Jayden and Aaron Albright will step in the ring for the first time in a long time. But first out, it's the WIW champion, King Sam, who is scheduled to defend that title at Hellfire in a TLC, as Aaron Albright accepted the challenge, as we found out earlier on tonight. Well, tonight he steps into Fatal 4-Way action, didn't bother to come down and talk on the mic. King Sam has already said in the past, he's just focusing on the goal of keeping all the titles, keeping all the success. Remember, if he unifies these titles, then he, of course, will be the leader of both shows. The Wolfpack will be welcome to go and face for the tag team titles and even maybe unify them. Could you imagine what could happen if King Sam walks out victorious? But of course, right now he's wearing that title, and that title so far has come with a curse. Not a single person in WIW history has been able to retain it, which is why Aaron Albright is already a 3-time WIW champion. Well, King Sam's ready for him, but here he is. Finally, we're going to get to see these two collide in the ring for the very first time since Mind Games. It's Aaron Albright, the 3-time WIW champion, ready to go down and capture his prize again in a TLC match in the main event of Hellfire. Well, he lost out on a chance to become double champion, and as a result, he's now getting his rematch to fight for his title back. He wants to restore order. He knows he's the best on Mayhem, and that's why he's the 3-time world champion. But of course, King Sam proved that he is the more dominant champion, and he was on the day. But the question is, can he redeem himself at the next pay-per-view, being Hellfire, in the TLC match, in the first TLC match, I believe, of the series? And the next man down to the ring, someone else who knows what it takes to beat Albright on his day. It is the mastermind, the solution, the plan. It is Jayden, a 2-time WIW champion himself. He knows what it takes to hold the title. And he came out earlier tonight and said he should be part of that match. He should be fighting for the World Championship. And they're just protecting Albright by not letting him fight him anymore. But tonight, the general manager has made it clear the suspension will be lifted for these two to compete in this matchup, but only for tonight. These two will not be allowed to compete for the WIW Championship against each other ever again. But Jayden tried to prove at Mind Games he was worthy of another title shot, and he couldn't do it. He was unable to cash in on the opportunity as Team Mayhem lost to Team Fight Night in the 4v4 elimination match, captained by him, and if I'm not mistaken, he was the first eliminated. Well, tonight he got called out for Hellfire against this man who is looking to make a statement. It is SDC, who of course has been told us today that he was still wearing that Mayhem shirt as a constant reminder of what happened. He let his team down and he let his brand down. He said that himself. He admitted that he didn't feel that he stepped up to the plate when he needed to. But SDC has also made it very clear that he deserves a title shot more than Jayden does. Jayden also suffered the same defeat that he did, essentially, and it got eliminated first. They were pretty much equals on that. The only difference between the two was his victory, and that eventually led to him calling out Jayden for one more battle at Hellfire. Well, their first encounter was something for the ages. Those two had a great war of a match, and I'm sure at Hellfire we are expecting no less. But tonight, Jayden, SDC, King Sam and Aaron Albright will all throw down in the same ring. One fall to the finish. No countouts or disqualification. Anything goes here tonight. Who can capitalize on this opportunity and pick up a big win? And straight away, some interesting battles. Aaron Albright and SDC going after one another. And King Sam and Jayden. Well, that's almost a fantasy match. We haven't seen those two ever collide. This is the first time we'll ever see them collide. And I believe that's the same with Albright and SDC. I may be mistaken. Albright and SDC in the ring. And King Sam taking Jayden up the ramp. That could be a good strategy here if he can just abandon it here, dump him on the outside, and then proceed to go in the ring and pick up the victory. The count must occur in the ring. And King Sam landing one big suplex there and following it through with a massive clothesline, spinning him around as well. And SDC with a big knee lift to the top of Aaron Albright, the #1 contender for the WIW Championship, of course, cashing in his rematch. And SDC looking to fly. Oh, and he couldn't connect with the shooting star. Misses on that occasion. Now Aaron Albright to the outside. What's Aaron Albright thinking? He's going under the mat and finds himself a baseball bat. Remember, everything is legal. Oh, and SDC giving him the runaround here. Just trying to trick him, but Albright didn't fall for it. Couldn't connect with the baseball bat, though, and now SDC has it. But Albright takes it back. Can he connect this time? No, look at these two fighting for the baseball bat. And before he could use it, he is struck. Well, remember, it's all legal. No disqualifications in this one. And now look at King Sam beating down Jayden on the inside. Remember, all these guys are going to want to keep themselves fresh. They've now got big matches at Hellfire. Of course, I'm featuring that big main event, the TLC, between Aaron Albright and King Sam as they face off again, this time for the WIW Championship only. And now Jayden will also be fighting SDC. We've got one stacked card at Hellfire. It's going to be one hell of a show, and you guys are never going to forget it, I can personally guarantee you. Well, now look at this. King Sam just going to toss Jayden back to the outside as Albright takes SDC back in. And SDC is going to take some time on the outside. He just needs to breathe. But look at this. Albright wisely not giving him the time. But SDC connects with the super kick. Meanwhile, King Sam has just been keeping the control of Jayden as he has done for the majority of the match. Well, Jayden, I'm sure that probably wasn't the plan to be going after King Sam. But King Sam made it clear from the very beginning of the match that he was going straight for him. And so far, these battles have been very interesting, but they've been very intense. And now what's Jayden thinking? Trying to get control there. Couldn't do it. Oh, but look at this. Albright. Albright going big. SDC's in trouble. Oh, what a beautiful moonsault. Beautiful moonsault there to the outside. And now look at this. Jayden. Beautiful combination and takes him down. And now SDC going to take Albright inside. And oh, crashing King Sam onto the barricade. No, not into the barricade, to the ring post, excuse me. And now SDC sets up Jayden. Oh, for a big forearm. Sets up Albright, I meant. Oh, look at this. Tries to roll him up here. Trying to roll up his opponent. No rope breaks, of course. And there's no disqualification match. Only gets a 2. We finally get to see Jayden and SDC in the ring again. And look at this. He wants to send a message. He wants to wrap this one up. But no, King Sam's not laying him. King Sam gets in the way and almost saving Jayden there, but SDC now just going to go do the same to Aaron Albright. Oh, what escape there by Jayden. Tried to get him back in the corner, couldn't do so. Jayden was trying to set up Albright, couldn't connect either. But now look at King Sam. Oh, rolls up there. I thought he was going to roll through into the cover, but instead into a German suplex. And now King Sam has Jayden left alone in the ring. He's been beaten down, and he might be in trouble here. Jayden is in serious trouble with the running knee connecting. And straight into the cover he goes. Albright is not going to be able to get back in the ring to break it up. Or is he? He does. Referee must have been counting really slow there. But now look at this. Albright trying to steal the cover here on King Sam on the roll-up. Can he get it? No, he can't. But now King Sam rolling him up. Oh, kicks out at 2. Well, what a matchup this has been so far. And now we're finally going to see Albright and Sam back at each other again. And look at this, Sam ready to put him away. Oh, but once again, this time SDC getting in the way. And SDC and King Sam getting in each other's way. Well, Sam tried to spin around Jayden here. And Jayden's going to go further, but look at this. He got separated by the moonsault. And now Jayden up on the shoulders. What's he thinking? Oh, and a massive slam down. And into the cover, which is broken up immediately by Albright. Well, this is the contest we wanted to see. Albright and Jayden in the ring again. Oh, but look at this. Sam is in trouble. Albright and Jayden Are they working together here to take down the King? Oh, and a massive suplex he's met with. And now Jayden, not paying attention as SDC's hit with the brainbuster. And now wisely Albright just gets him out of the ring. He has the free cover opportunity here on SDC. But look at Jayden able to fly with the forearm. And everybody's down and Jayden picks up the King. The current WIW and World Heavyweight Champion, King Sam. He's been so dominant as of late. Unbeatable near enough in the ring. But right now Jayden proving a bit of a problem here for him. Now look at SDC taking the time to taunt. Hasn't really got going in this match as such, but he's had some good spells. But now trying to fight his way back if he can. There's two massive clotheslines and a super kick to follow. And now can SDC capitalize on the space he has? Looking to slide up for a super kick. King Sam might get in the way here. Oh, and he did! He threw him off course and he missed the super kick. And Albright still stunned, still in position, waiting for that kick to arrive. And it's just not gonna get there. But look at King Sam. Oh, look at King Sam showing off some aerial ability. A ducks under the clothesline as well. And connects with an elbow. And now Albright, still dazed, but finally gets back to his feet. And now going to go after Jayden again. I'm surprised he hasn't gone after Sam. Sam just watching, letting it happen. And what's Albright thinking? Albright to the middle rope. Is he going to reach that? It doesn't matter. He kicks out. He manages to roll out of the harm's way anyway. Now look at this, a snap suplex. Oh wait, no. King Sam says no. Manages to get behind, and this could be where he wants to be. No. Jayden knew that, and he turned around instantly, not giving him a second to lock in that crossface chicken wing. And now King Sam looking for a suplex of his own, and connects with it. Stalls a little bit, but connects. And now SDC. Oh, look at this. King Sam into the cover here, trying to take advantage, but broken up by Aaron Albright. Oh, look at this out. Albright with a shoulder tackle, and now all of a sudden he's flying out the gate. There's a freaking atomic drop and then a scoop up slam, but look at this, King Sam ready to put him away. And now he's got him there. Into the submission, crossface chicken wing. But look at this, a Famouser. Famouser. And he's tapped just before he could break it up. And King Sam beats Jayden. And look at Albright's face, he can't believe it. He cannot believe his luck. Once again, King Sam gets the better of him, and the WIW champion gets even more momentum heading into Hellfire. Well, of course, with only one more show before that, it's going to be one hell of a match at Hellfire. Both of these matches are going to be absolutely amazing. And King Sam, once again, walking out victorious. Look at Albright, who storms off down the ramp. He is not happy at all. But King Sam, once again, walks out victorious. And it's just becoming a question of who can even keep this man down. Well, at TLC, Albright doesn't have to keep him down. He just has to capture the title before he can get there. But King Sam saying he's ready for anything. And that is a great way to end tonight's show. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like if you did. Comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's show. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.